puisse faire en avant.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Divine Guidance with Patricia. I'm just sitting here feeling again, the honor to be able to communicate and share my voice and my messages. Um, it's truly a gift for me. And I thank you, everyone who watches or, sees my show and actually can relate to some of it. Thank you. Today we're talking about, no, I know, I'm just kidding. We're talking about the golden age of what everyone is calling mankind. Some are calling it the golden age of Gaia, and I am choosing to call it the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind. So, what does that mean? I think we'll get into that a lot during the show. First of all, I would like to take just 10 seconds or more. Um, I'd like to say congratulations to the beautiful being that created this network and that has brought forward so many divine messages and unique packages like myself. She's always encouraged, pushed sometimes harder than what we realized we could do. So thank you for all of that. Thank you for everything that you continue to bring it. You bring it strong and you bring it lovingly. Dr. Pat, I really appreciate and respect you and I love you. And thank you for having this platform. And may you have another 20, 30 more. Mwah. Love you. Couldn't start my show without doing that. Definitely connected to this beautiful being named Pat. Dr. Pat Bajaj. You're awesome. Back to my show. Okay, so the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind. Well, in past shows, I think, I don't know if you've watched them before, but in past shows, uh, I've brought up the fact that about 20 some years ago, Mother Earth kind of broke her contract with mankind. So now I'm calling it the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind. Trish, will you get it straight? Well, I am getting it straight. And I'll tell you why. Because Mother Earth broke that contract so that she could achieve this part of her ascension. Everyone talks about ascension as being like one flip package. What everyone ascends. You got to go through these steps, and you're ascended, baby. That's it. There's many layers to ascension. Absolutely, in my knowing, gone through some of them. I'm not fully ascended. If I was, I could manifest off and on this planet anytime I wanted to. Um, that's my understanding of it. Doesn't need to be yours. But ascension is not the fact that everyone upon this planet has to ascend at the same time. We've got a cutoff here. Um, and I found that really interesting when I was giving it some thought in the last couple months, is the factor that I was told and truly believed and felt the energy of the last winter solstice here and summer solstice in Australia, where all the elders from around the world had gathered and communicated over the last 3 years that this was a cutoff point at the winter solstice here in Canada last year. And so, yeah, okay, it's a cutoff point. We all went, okay, then we got to get everyone prepared for this cutoff point. And so, okay, that didn't mean the world was going to end, and that didn't mean everyone was going to ascend or not. What exactly would the cutoff point be when you put all the prophecies of the elders together? And all the signs were coming of these prophecies that were given thousands of years ago, all relating to Mother Earth and the signs that she would give, and the birds would give, and the trees would give, and the waters would give. So it's all connected to Mother Earth somehow, some way. We're all here. We chose to live upon this sacred planet at this time. So that's why we're called Earthlings. If we were living on Pluto, we might be called Plutoings. I don't know. Um, so we're all here and we're all connected and we're all in form upon this planet at the time that this golden age is coming forward. So there's many ideas about what the golden age might be, might look like, or is. And I'd like to go through some of those scenarios today during the show. Uh, Remember, I don't know everything. I know nothing. Uh, I know enough to know I know nothing. So I'm okay with that. Um, I'm here to share what I do know, and to reach out for others to share what they know. Because when you put those pieces together and you have divine unity and you have flow and oneness, you can go deeper. I call it divine diving. Let's go deeper and let's get a better, bigger picture here, guys. I'm never afraid to go divine diving. So anyone wants to jump in and have a conversation with me, uh, email me, because I love going deeper and getting to as much of the information as I could possibly find within my own being and with another going within their own being. All right, so we're going back to the dividing line. What did that mean exactly? And I have to admit, I had some, perceptions of it, some little bit of judgments of it. And I had to actually take a good look at myself, as well as the fact is, on the planet right now, so many people are calling us awake or not awake or normies, or there's so many labels that are going around, um, about our brothers and sisters who are here. They're here. They also made the choice to come here at this time. So their deal is their deal. And so I think that all this information going around, well, we need so many people awake and we need this frequency and we need this energy. And what do we need it for? What do we need it for? Do we need it as the human race? Does Mother Earth need it in order to go ahead? What do we need to have vibrations and frequencies raised for? Well, feels good, doesn't it? Sitting in a low density vibration just doesn't rock it. It doesn't make life good. It doesn't make you smile. It keeps you in the funk and it keeps you feeling like a victim or you don't know what you're doing. So, okay. All right, I can go along with let's raise these frequencies and these vibrations into joy, um, gratefulness, happiness, respectfulness, dancing, singing, instead of feeling like you can't do anything and feeling like you don't know why you're here. And those beings that are feeling that way too, they have a right to be here and feel that way. And I reach out to them and say, how can we assist? How can me, Patricia, what can I do? I can't force you to think a different way. I can't intrude on your domain. But maybe, just maybe, if I'm singing and you can hear it, and it actually sounds good, it might bring a smile to your heart and your face. Might lift your frequency or the frequency around you. So, okay, I can handle that part of it too. So raising our frequency, is that like raising our energy, or is that becoming more, going through ascension more? Those are really good questions, I think. So we raise our frequency and our vibration. Does that help us for another step of ascension? Couldn't hurt, I guess. Couldn't hurt. So raising our frequency and our vibration is for everyone else. We're doing it because we want to get to this golden age. So we want to raise our frequency so we can get there. Well, who's putting the limitation on that? Who's saying that we're going to get there faster and quicker through raising our frequency? Well, couldn't hurt. Couldn't hurt. So raising your frequency is becoming more aware, maybe becoming more awakened to the beauty that we are, to the full conscious being that we are. It's my knowing the more aware we are, the more responsibility we endure and we ask for just by being aware. If you're aware that that lady down at the corner, where every time she goes to open her shop every morning, she has to really carry those heavy bags, she's got no help, and you're aware of that, and you've got time. So would it raise your frequency to put that second cup of coffee down and walk over and give her a hand? Do you think? Now that's just kindness, isn't it? Isn't that just caring and sharing? So I really don't think that raising your frequency means that you have to jump over the moon or do any type of miracles other than take responsibility for your energy. Take responsibility for your thoughts. Take responsibility for your actions. Every time you do that, you increase your own awareness. Now, if you're fully awake, I think I heard one of the angels say one time, if you don't know and you don't do, you get reminded to do. If you do know and you don't do, well, Patricia, that's a whole different story. So if you are aware, of your vibration, and if you are aware of what allows you to bring that energy in and out of your being, I don't care if it's knitting, I don't care if it's jumping from an airplane, it does not matter. There's no right or wrong in my being. Whatever brings you the ability to feel that energy of the universe flowing through you like a spark of light and get you into action, get you doing something, get you into thinking, feeling on a different level, on a level of pure conscious loving and caring and kindness and taking responsibility. So that line across there at the last solstice, what exactly were the elders saying to us? And I really gave this a lot of thought because I have a lot of respect for the elders, number one. And number two, there's always a deeper message than what we're given. So I wanted to take a deeper look at this line. For me personally, this line is that the commitment had been made by those who would easily make that commitment, and that now they are being set into action and motion on a different frequency. And that doesn't make them better than anyone. It makes them committed to bringing in the frequencies that is needed for this golden age. So I don't know about anybody else, especially out there that's been doing their divine work for many, many years. Sometimes you feel like you're the only one sitting there doing it. But even at times when my husband and I were sitting there, even with one other person or two, the small group of us would feel that we were actually doing the work of many who weren't conscious, who wouldn't step up to the plate because of self-will. And all these things came to mind. But yet we could also feel ones that we weren't aware of, somewheres in the world, doing their part. And that always made us smile and helped us to feel like we were doing our part. And how dare we judge those who didn't step up to the plate? That's definitely, who's that between? That's between them and God, them and the Creator. I don't know the story. I never will. No one will know my true deep story You'll know as much truth about me as possible because I'm very transparent. But the deep relationship between me and the universe, and me and the creator, and me and Mother Earth, um, it's not explainable, and nor should I have to, and nor should you have to. So for me, the line in the sand was everyone that signed up, everyone who made that commitment and that decision. Yes, I'm going to be of service. I'm going to be of service to Mother Earth and to whatever this ascension process is, and to each other in oneness. To me, that's what that line was about. Now, does that mean that the people who didn't come to that line are not going to be of assistance in the future, or they're holding us back somehow, or we don't have enough over on that part of the line now, it's not going to work, it's done, go home, everyone, party's over? I don't think so either. So why the push? Why the push for a certain frequency? You know what? I think we'll get back into that right after this small break. And I also look forward to having call-ins today. And the numbers on the screen. Have a call-in. What does the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind mean to you? We'll be right back. Thank you. You caught me having a drink of water. Welcome back to Divine Guidance with Patricia. It's as real as it gets here. Okay, so I was talking about that divided line of those who didn't go across that line, and will they be of service in the future? Now, I've heard some scenarios. I don't know how many scenarios you guys have all heard, but I've heard a couple. One is that it's all going to be solar flares, and it's going to go through everything on the planet, and we were all going to be in the same vibration, and the new Earth, or the golden age, was going to begin from that. So that would be like everybody getting zapped, and being put on the same I don't know, vibration scale or place in time and space, something like that. That's quite interesting. I know that there's been a lot of conversations and a lot of movements with the sun and flares, and I also know that a billion quadrillion particles of the sun go through and through all of us every day. So that's quite interesting. The other scenario that I heard is that we're going to have one planet split into two, and some of us are going to go floating over on that planet, and others are going to stay behind on that planet. I think they relate that to 3D and 5D, and I don't know where 4D went, if it dropped down in the middle of the ocean or something. And so I've heard that scenario as well. I've heard the scenario that a lot of people are going to pass, and have decided to reincarnate on other planets close to this, and that this Earth would ascend and actually have a lot of changes in frequency and vibration. So all those people are just going to, I guess, walk off the planet, or pass, or go to the other planet. Another scenario that I heard, what was it? So I want to get as many out there that I can remember. That there's going to be so much traumatic Earth changes on this planet, changing it into a 5D planet, that everyone was going to pass, and it would be like a sleep, and then some people would wake up and still be on the planet, and the other people would be taken to whatever plane and dimension they have consciously connected with, and their desires. That's pretty dramatic, but anything's possible. I'm not saying none of these possible. And then I heard some scenarios going around, which kind of align a little bit, started me thinking deeper on what's my take on this golden age, because that's what counts actually. Because whatever my take is on these changes sets me in the timeline to the changes that my understanding is. So yeah, I want to take a look at that, and I want to make sure that I'm responsible to clear anything or do anything or make any adjustments and alignments, because this person definitely wants to be part of the golden age. Definitely wants to be here upon this beautiful planet. Okay, so the fact that there will be now, if you're looking at mankind's intel only, you're looking at the fact that there's going to be huge events that's going to throw everyone on the planet into panic, and gonna have to be, saved, and there'll be a transitional period, because there'll be disclosure and there'll be information given, and people will learn a little bit more of the truth of the life on planet Earth. And so through that transitional period, there will be beings who are aware of the disclosure that will be assisting people as they receive disclosure. Well, that's really nice, and that's good. It's good that there's a plan in place so that others can help others. And if that was as simple as what it was going to be, I think that would be fantastic and beautiful. But I think also that's where the ego is coming in, that, we're going to have these light beings, and they've done it, and they've crossed that line, and they're going to go now and help these other beings. And thus the sleepers, normies, thus the fact that we're going to be rescuers of some sort. And so first of all, I say, okay, that's a really close scenario to my heart, not the rescuers, but the fact that there's going to be a transition and stuff. There has to be some sort of action reaction in order for people to understand that they're more than just physical. See, that's where I focus on the spiritual. They're more than just physical. That's my drive. Knowing that they are the whole universe in this form right here. So with that, I don't really plan on rescuing people. I don't think any of the work that I've done throughout my life has been about rescuing people. It's been about being of service. Being of service in divine love. Being in service with as little judgment. I can't say that I don't judge 100%, because I find judgment coming in every once in a while. It's very small, but I do find it. And it's something that I really don't like in my being. So I try to find out, where is that coming from? Why am I in that mindset? Why am I in that heart set in the situation? So no, I don't want to go out and rescue everybody. I do want to be of service. How can I help? What can I do? And that's the difference of rescuing for me. A lot of people come in, they help in their way, but they don't ask how, Trish, what do you need? What can I do? They just come in and do what they think they need to do, which is, once again, rescuing, putting one person above the other. So going in and assisting others and asking and knowing, if somebody's there without food, you ought to obviously know how to help. But I would still ask. I have tomatoes over here. Anybody in your family like tomatoes? Right? So that I'm not appearing like I'm high and mighty over them. So to be of service, but also to be not an ego when you're in service, to me is really important. Okay, so we've got a transition taking place, and during that transition, we may have some give me's, right? Things that it may have been suppressed that can make life easier. Yes, bring them all out. Let's see them. Let's work with them. Let's see what can happen with that. So in this process of disclosure, and in this process of knowing that many beings are going to need some type of assistance somehow, some way, that doesn't really make my heart jump. I'm sorry, it doesn't. The fact that people have been suffering so much already, to have a thought that there's going to be even more suffering in the future, that doesn't make my heart happy. Even though I know that I'll probably be able to help in some way. That still doesn't alleviate the fact that people are going to be suffering. So I don't see them as less than me. I've never looked at somebody who wasn't spiritual and said, oh my goodness, are you ever, wow. I look at them because they have the same thing that I do. They have the heart of God, have the heart of love. They may not know how to access it or use it because of trauma or hurt or not being shown it. Who knows? Nobody knows somebody else's story. We can receive information from the soul, some of us, and we can actually have, beautiful beings communicate on behalf of those who are not conscious. And if you take time to actually listen and to hear, instead of just judging by what you see, sometimes you hear some magnificent stories about who that being truly is, and why they're not conscious in this lifetime. So the golden age. So I guess everyone will get through this transition, or will be right into the golden age. However we get there. What does that mean? Where are we sitting at in the golden age? Let's take a think about that. And we'll take another quick break. And when we come back, we'll start taking a look at what does the golden age look like. All right, Jacob? Welcome back to Divine Guidance with Patricia. We're just starting to take a look. There's a lot of information in this show today, and I seem to be doing a lot of talking, and I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm trying to keep it along a sequence here. But the base of the show is in talking with Jacob on the break. Yeah, the slogan came out of thinking about things inside out. I like that. From the inside out, taking the top and turning it inside out and making sure all the seams are still strong and stitching's all there, and how does it get fit together in order to make it into a top. Yeah, I like that. Thinking things inside out. I like it. Okay, so we were going back, and so the purpose and intent is, I truly believe with my heart and soul that we as a human race are at the point in time that some of the questions that I'm asking and that are coming out during the show about the golden age of mankind, or the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind, it's time. It's really time to say, hey, either this is coming or it's not. No one has to truly believe that it is. I would invite you to, because there's been so many signs and things happening, personally to me, No, I can't speak for everything outside in the world and whatever politics, world, military. That really doesn't change my decision one way or another, because I don't feel that the human race is in charge of the divine plan. I believe that humanitarians are a part of the divine plan. And as in being a part of the divine plan, that means that, you're here upon this planet for this time. So this time is connected to this planet. So I would invite you to call upon the being of this planet. If you want to call upon Mother Earth through the sky, the trees, the water, that's fine. But Mother Earth herself is a living, breathing consciousness. And she is the one that is going through this process of her ascension and inviting everyone upon her to her party. I won't stop saying that because I have the knowing of that within the depth of my whole spark, within my whole being. So with that said, this is Mother Earth's golden age. And everyone upon her, everything upon her, not just the human race, but the trees, the rocks, the stars, the fish, the flowers, everything is going through this transformation process. So we actually have been going through many transformation processes to get to this point. The biggest part of this entrance into the transition into the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind, for my knowing, is the removal of all that does not serve the planet or anything upon this planet. All those who have the intent to control, to program, to direct, to lord over, all of that, and its removal of every essence and particle and residue removed. That in itself, huge, 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 huge. I was transmuting some energy the other day. I think it was just a couple days ago. And it felt a little different. And there was high frequency downloads and vibrations coming in and through. But what was being transmuted and cleared off didn't feel the same to me. It didn't feel like it was of dark. It didn't feel like it was of the same contacts that we've been removing and clearing in our way from the planet. If so, I went in and I asked, what is this that I'm feeling? And I'm getting to the golden age, really I am. But I wanted to share this because I found this to be extremely important. And other beings out there who are transmuting, who are doing grid work, who are working with the frequencies being raised, the higher teachings coming in, the layers being removed within the matrix, so that the pure essence of the universal and galactic family of Mother Earth is actually able to come in and through now, which is so amazing. So I asked, what exactly is this? Because it felt a little different. It felt lighter, but I knew that I was clearing something that had to be removed. And you know what? In all actuality, now that I'm talking about it and I'm feeling it again and seeing it again, I wasn't removing it. I was embracing it. I was embracing it with the golden divine light. And what I was told and given is that it was actually the collective thoughts of those who are not conscious or aware. And I prefer to use that than asleep or awake. So those who are not consciously aware of anything outside of the physical, and are in denial of some of the things in the physical. They're feeling the vibration and the higher frequencies of energies coming into Mother Earth right now, and it's uncomfortable. It's being fought by them because they're not aware of what it is. So I thought, wow, okay, well, that's a whole new level. That's a pretty good thing. In a way, that's enormous. That's huge. So if we're at that level, well, there's two choices. So what happens to those beings that are being, inundated with this raise of frequency and raise of vibration and raise of energy? What's happening with them that are feeling very uncomfortable and just not wanting it? Because it's going to continue, because Earth herself is continuing, and all of us are raising our vibration in unity with her, and to bring in what is needed to have peace and divine love and universal law upon this planet. So will they awaken? There I go. See, it's so easy to slip into that. I apologize. Will they become aware or conscious of this vibration and frequency? And when and if they do, they have a choice, don't they? We all have choice. So I look forward to seeing what that is. And I wasn't transmuting that. I was embracing it with love and light and not trying to soften the blow, but kind of giving a brace until they can adjust and kind of feel out what this is and what this isn't. Not to intrude. Their choice and their decision is theirs. Okay, so with that said, it's my understanding and knowing, probably about 4.5 months ago, I woke up one day and there was a breath, there was a lightness upon the planet. Now, I'm not saying we're fully in through everything, but I am saying, based on my gauge and the work I do with others around the whole planet, there have been some magnificent changes just in the last 6 months. So now we're working with the collective energies of the human race. They're not being controlled, but their habitual way of living, thinking, and dealing with things, to them, it feels the same way. It feels like everything's a-okay, but there's this pinprick of frequency that's disturbing. That wasn't there before, and I have my own choice. There's a lot of different things that are happening with the human race right now, and I just pray that they get through it. But guess what? It's happening to us. It's happening to us. Anything that no longer serves my being is getting cleared out, and I've got to face it. I've got to look it right in the eye, and I've got to be transparent with me. And let's face it, even though we're light workers and really connected to spirit source, we are here. And we have things that we need to work on within our own beings. When you stop working on self, well, what do you become then? So I have lots still. But I get excited about it, I get really excited about it. Okay, yeah. I can see where that's coming from. Yeah, okay, Trish, get in there and work on that. Will you, girl? Come on. There's no need of carrying that. You've been done with that for a long time. Just get in and get it done. So the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind. Well, if someone was to ask me directly, I don't think I could answer you what it would be, other than the fact that all negative intent and control over any being, an ant, a tree, or a human, is gone. That's got to go. My wish in my heart and soul would be that Mother Earth herself would know her true beauty in totality, be liberated from everything that has tried to control her and conquer her. Find divine love and joy, Mother Earth, with your galactic reuniting with your galactic family. And reconnecting and bringing in everything that was intended to be part of your divine purpose and intent. Anything upon this planet in that state can only be golden. Can only be golden. No more hunger. No more abuse, mentally, physically, sexually, intentionally. Just no more. Say no more. Where everyone can stand beside each other and say, hey, are you ever different? Yep. I love it. Good. Keep being you. Where we all strive to make sure that everyone is okay. And no one is left behind or hungry. Just a world of pure peace. Non-judgment. If it ain't your thing, walk down the road. Take a spaceship and go for another trip. Just do what you got to do. Be open to know that every single thing that you're looking at is part of you. It's a part of you that you're not experiencing at this time in this body, but you get to see it and experience it in kindness and in love with others. Now, to me, also, the golden age is having divine governance, not governments, governance. Sorry, governance, where spiritual laws are included in the laws of the land, where universal laws are a priority for being here. I've been given some information. I've taught a preliminary course of this, and I'm putting together a more in-depth course to offer probably by the end of May, June of this year. Because I believe there's a lot of truthers out there. There's a lot of beings out there that are bringing forward so many different truths right now. And God bless them. Because truth and transparency is the only way to go forward. Knowing how things happen. That's why you know your true story, not the history. You know the true story of how things went down. You face them and you go, okay, now I know how not to allow that again. Or what to look for. The signs. So that it can be stopped. All dissension be stopped immediately. Cards put on the table. Talks taken. Truth come out. Adjustments where they are needed. Responsibility taken. That's the kind of governance I'm talking about. There's a lot of things coming forward and being taught. And these teachings are being given to some humanitarians that I'm aware of, and to myself. And so to connect with the golden age, I believe we have to connect truly with our own beings. We have to face who and what we are, what changes, alignments we need to make of our own behavior, energy, action, thought, words, taking responsibility. I've always said that. But where the golden age is coming forward, and I truly do believe in my heart and soul that it is, the transitional part will be allowing and knowing transparency. That's going to be a hard one. But not just on the physical, mental, emotional planes. How about spiritual planes? How about the fact that we've been lied to in so many ways with all this spiritual teaching? All the books that have been written based only on what those people knew. And so much of it has been taken on by others. But there are some major, major, wonderful things that we are going to become aware of. That the illusion was we were not connected. That we had to go and reconnect somehow, some way, through some teaching, through some Reiki, through some chakra setting, through some whatevers. And I'm not saying all those things aren't great. They're fantastic as an addition to the knowing how you are automatically connected anyways. What amazing beings we truly are that has been covered up. And how simple, how absolutely simple it is to be kind when you know what the human race is truly created for. I think I'm going to take another quick break, very quick break, and I'll come back and we'll sum this up for today. Welcome back to Divine Guidance with Patricia. I was kind of going off there a little bit of topic, so had to rein it in. It seems that there's a lot of beautiful beings around, and they're all communicating and chatting, and so I'll probably have a lot of conversation with them after the show. But the first thing that I would like to say is the golden age of mankind and Mother Earth. It takes two things. It takes mankind and Mother Earth. So connecting with Mother Earth is the way to raise your frequency and vibration, getting in tune with her, and not fighting the high energy, asking how you can become one with it and how you can learn it and how you can make it a part of your being. The golden age of anything means that there's liberation of something. So what is it that you would like to see the world liberated from and your own being liberated from? The golden age usually means that some type of suffering is stopped. It also means that in the golden age, nobody needs. All needs are taken care of. So what does that look like to you? And if you were called upon to assist in that, where would your passion be? What would you like to jump in, roll up your sleeves, pull up your leggings, and run into and help out with? What would absolutely move you on a full, whole being scale? Heart, soul, light being, spark. What would create for you the experience of the golden age of Mother Earth and mankind? For me, it's to abort all hate off this planet, self-hate, any kind of hate. And hopefully we'll get through the transitional phase, knowing how to be a good neighbor, have a good community, raise our children without having to be afraid. Let them ride their bicycles to the store again. Let the elderly know how valuable they are, their wisdom, their knowledge, their love. Help them. Help them by loving them through any changes, any things they want to change and let go of, and try that they haven't tried. So from the young to the very old, there's always something that can become golden. So whatever you feel the golden age of mankind and Mother Earth is to you, give it some thought, give it some feeling, give it some love, because we're all a part of it, whether we're consciously aware of it coming or not. Give it some thought. Reach out to somebody and say, hey, I don't know what's happening here, but if there was a golden age, Uncle Joe, what would you like to do? Talk to the ones that are spiritually aware. Bring it about. Bring that energy forward. Raise that frequency. Let's get into the transition of the golden age of mankind and Mother Earth. I'll see you there, and I'll see you next time on Divine Guidance with Patricia. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Divine Guidance with Patricia on TransformationTalkRadio.com with me, Patricia McNair. Tune in next time to explore more challenges that can help you achieve your whole being. I know we are all capable of truly being whole, and with a little empowerment, anyone can access an entire universe of knowing that is just waiting to be explored. For more information about me and my services, visit divineguidance.earth. That's divineguidance.earth. See you next time, where together we focus on SOULutions for the whole being.